Well, we've got cat class and we've got cat style. Okay, back at you, folks. Tony Venuti with your Ex-CONservative Radio Houro. Media bias, does it exist? Huh? Does media bias exist? The lamestream, blamestream media? The know-it-alls? Who died and left them, boss? Despite a new CBS poll showing low approval numbers for President Obama at the top of Thursday's CBS Early Show, co-host Harry Smith emphasized weak numbers for the Tea Party. Most Americans think President Obama is not living up to their expectations, but they don't know if the Tea Party is the answer to their problem. Smith later declared less than a month before the midterm elections there's a lot of voter uncertainty about the Tea Party movement. You see what I'm saying, folks? Perception is reality, especially if they want to create it. They don't only want to create the news, they want to replace the news with the perception of the news. And it's not even news, it's information. It's not even information, it's wrong. It's rhetoric, it's their wishful thinking. Correspondent Ben Tracy reported most Americans haven't made up their minds about the growing Tea Party movement. The rest are nearly split in their views. A headline on the screen read, Voter Frustration, CBS News Poll, Not Good News for Obama or the Tea Party. You see, in other words, if Obama can't get the recognition for doing such a great job, we're going to be damned if anybody gets the recognition from doing a great job. And we all know how we all feel about the Tea Party, because the Tea Party merely is a reflection on most of us who grew up in a traditional America and who doesn't want to see that traditional America disappear as it has been disappearing. Little do any of us know right now how much of a fingertip we're hanging on. We're not only hanging on the ledge, folks, but we don't have our whole hand on the ledge. We have our fingertips on the ledge. We woke up. America woke up in the nick of time. I keep on seeing the sparks from the brakes of a train as it screeches to a halt. It's got a mile before it goes over the cliff or goes into a building, whatever, but you can see right in the nick of time. So let's create a perception. Let's create a perception that if you also are considering the Tea Party and you're not too sure yourself, then why should you be sure? Because everybody else is unsure, and maybe you should be unsure just like everybody else. In conclusion, Tracy remarked on how, according to another poll finding, Sarah Palin hasn't won over the country. He touted that when asked if Palin would make an effective president, only 22% say yes, 64% no, including half, 45% of Republicans. Only then did Tracy finally mention the numbers for Obama. 66% of Americans view him as average or poor president, while another 31% say his backing of a candidate running for office will actually be a detriment. The two biggest names in the respective parties may actually be something to avoid come Election Day. Following Tracy's report, Smith talked to St. Louis conservative talk show host Dana Loesch about the poll and proclaimed, while people aren't certainly aware of the Tea Party, the vast middle of America is not exactly running toward it. They're certainly seeming to be moving away from the president, but they're not running toward the Tea Party. They're still sitting on the fence. No, you know what the fence is? It's called their job. It's called their work. It's called their areas of responsibility. They're too busy. People who have nothing good to say but say it anyway typically have nothing better to do as well. The anti-establishment, who is now the establishment, has always been anti. They never see how bad things aren't. They see how good things aren't. The grass is always greener on the other side, isn't it? And then you get there and you think to yourself, wait a minute, maybe not. Maybe not. But we haven't had enough bad to understand good. Everybody's so beautiful, we don't understand ugly. The mainstream media poisons our brains. Poisons our brains. Why is there not a disclaimer on the news? The news you may not be listening to might not be new. The news you're listening to might not be accurate. The news, in fact, you're listening to might simply be our point of view. When watching the nightly point of view, be careful not to expect insight, but we will incite. We will care more about persuading you on our point of view than reporting on what is. Yes, we are the media. We are the boss. We're in control. We've got the horizontal. We've got the vertical. And we've got the bill going to your house. I have a feeling we're all going to be watching TV on our wrist watches and every other form of communication. I have a feeling, too, that TV as we know it 10 years from now won't even exist. Broadcast companies as we know it won't even exist. Now, I'm just talking off the top of my head. I haven't read anything, but what would you think? Where is this going with the technology? What's really interesting to understand is that while they're trying to technology-ize everything, make everything smaller, more applicable to the masses,